Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Comfort Oladayo Adegbino. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for stopping by, and if you're an old subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So today we are going to Korea, South Korea to be specific. So we'll be talking about the Global Korea Scholarship, and I have with me today Ono on the platform, and she'll be sharing with us her experience and how she was able to, apply for this scholarship, how she was able to secure it, and how the experience has been so far. So if you're interested, do stay tuned. So welcome back, guys, and without wasting time, I'll be allowing Napoleon. Wait, let me ask, is Napoleon your surname or it's like a nickname?
Oh, it's my surname.
Really?
Many people find
I
it
said Napoleon. I just felt like, can this be her real name?
It is my real name.
But that's quite interesting. I've never met anyone in Nigeria having Napoleon. Well, that's cool, really. So I'll be allowing Ono to, introduce herself, what she's studying, where she's studying, and all of those details and everything she wants to let us know. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Napoleon Honor, and I am a Global Korean Scholarship winner for the 2024 round. So I came to Korea February 2024, and I've been here for 2 months. And it has been a really amazing experience, and I'm here to share my journey on how I won this scholarship and how it has been so far.
Oh yeah. So thank you so much. What course are you studying currently? And what level?
I'm studying. Okay, so the Global Korean Scholarship, the way it works is that we study Korean language for a year. Then after studying Korean language, we have to study the main course of study. So in my case, I'm going to study fashion design afterwards. But currently I'm studying Korean language and I'm in level 1.
That's so interesting. Fashion design. Wow. That's cool. I'm sure it's something you enjoy because I've been seeing some of your videos on TikTok, and I think it's something you even have a brand for that, right? So that's good.
Yes.
And you didn't mention it, but maybe popular people, maybe so many people would even know her if you're watching this video, but she's a renowned TikToker. She has lots of followers on TikTok and do well to, follow her, and she delivers good content. At least you get to see what is happening in Korea just right where you are. You don't have to be in Korea sometimes to experience some of these things. That's why we have people like her to, bring all of this content. So thank you so much, Honor, for honoring this invite.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. So basically, can you give us like a rundown of what the GKS, I think that's the short for the Global Korea Scholarship. What does it really entail? Who is eligible? Let's just start from there.
Okay, so the Global Korean Scholarship is basically like a scholarship offered by the Korean government to international students to study in South Korea. So it's basically like everyone from all around the world can apply for this scholarship to come study in South Korea. And the way it works is that normally there's a lot of benefits actually. So let me start with the fact that it is a fully funded scholarship. So if you're here, you don't have to worry about anything else. And right from winning the scholarship, the visa is covered.
Wow.
The monthly stipend, you get monthly stipend every month. And also you have to get a topic 3 actually after your studies of topic 3. So topic is a Korean language proficiency test.
Oh.
So the way we have IELTS for English, we have topic for Korean language proficiency. So you need a topic 3 after a year to start your program. So this scholarship, just like any other scholarship, it has lots of rules that you have to abide to when you're here in Korea. So yes, basically it's a really amazing scholarship, and I think it's one of the highest paying scholarship to study in Korea. So everything is covered. You don't have to worry about anything. Even airfare, the airfare ticket.
Yeah, I was about to ask that your flight ticket, is it covered?
Yeah.
And do you have to go back to your country when you're done?
Yes, actually, when we're done, the flight ticket that is covered is to come to Korea and to go back after you finish. But you don't have to go back if you have enough money to sustain yourself in Korea. It's fine. I think they want people to stay in Korea afterwards.
Wow.
So it's like the goal to like bond between the person's country and Korea. So like in my
Yeah,
case, between Nigeria and
Nigeria.
Korea.
That's
Yeah.
quite
So like an
interesting.
ambassador.
That's good. Before you leave now, you're like, don't mind me. I watch Korean movies and I really enjoy watching them sometimes. Not just had time recently. So, for the scholarship, do we have like masters and undergraduates that are both eligible for this scholarship, or just strictly undergrad?
Yeah, the scholarship is quite diverse. So we have bachelor's degree and there's associate degree, there is master's and there's PhD. And there's
Oh,
also
that's
like
interesting.
teacher's degree. So if you have been teaching before in your country of your residence, you can actually get like a teaching visa to come here and study. So there's like 5 different ways to apply for the scholarship. So I'm here on bachelor's degree actually.
Yeah, that's good. And the bachelor's is like how many years?
So it's 4 years. The standard is 4 years, but maybe some courses, maybe like medicine, it can be 5 years depending on university. But my university fashion design is 4 years. Then Korean language studies 1 year. So everything is 5 years in total.
Oh, it's cool, just like Nigeria.
Yeah.
But at least you get to enjoy a good learning environment, and all of that. Everything is going to come with ease. So, what is like the application process like? And okay, before the application process, you said everybody is eligible, right? But are there specific eligibility requirements, like you have to have this degree or this particular CGPA, that kind of
Yes.
stuff, or your work experience?
So for the scholarship application, first of all, we have 2 tracks. We have the embassy track and the
Okay.
university track. So you can choose to apply from any of these two. And in general, for the scholarship, the eligibility for undergraduate degree, you have to be below the age of 25 years old. So that's for undergraduate. Then for
Similar.
graduate,
Go ahead,
for-
sorry.
okay, for graduates, you have to be under the age of 40 years old. So
Oh,
graduate
okay.
is quite broad.
Yeah.
So also you have to have a CGPA of 80 upwards. So like 80, let's say in percentage, 80% upwards. And if you don't have a CGPA up to 80% and you're part of the like top 20 in your class, you can still apply. But like
You
you
just
have
have
to
to
attach a
prove it.
document
Yeah.
and say that I was part of the top 20 students. Like the document will come from the school, having the school letterhead paper and stamp and everything, and signature of the principal. Very important.
Okay.
So those are the main eligibility for the scholarship. Then there are also some side rules like the way you arrange your documents, what you have to submit. So there's a whole PDF in a website called studyinkorea.go.kr. So in this website, you can see like every single thing that is required, the application forms and how to access the application basically. And in this scholarship, you have to make sure you do your research thoroughly because
Yeah.
there are lots of information everywhere. Some people don't even do research and they post information like outside and mislead people. So you have to make sure that you get like the right sources to do your research and learn about the scholarship in general.
Yeah. So thank you. You mentioned something about the embassy track and the university track, right? So like what is the difference and what do people need to know about that?
Okay. So for the embassy track, it basically means that you are applying through your embassy. So like in Nigeria, for example, the Korean Cultural Center and in Abuja is the one that is in charge of the scholarship, not the embassy in Nigeria. In some other countries too, it's like that. It's the Korean Cultural Center that is in charge. So basically, embassy track means that you send your documents to the Korean Cultural Center or the embassy in your country. So they are the ones that will help you to like manage the whole application. After sending the documents to them, you don't have to worry about anything again.
No interview.
So like each stage is no, they are interview actually, but like you don't have to make sure that like keeping up with how to track the documents and all that. So like the embassy track has I think 3 stages. So the first stage is after submitting your documents to the Korean Cultural Center in Abuja. That's for Nigeria case. Then they pick 3 people to interview. Normally it used to be 6 people to interview, but I don't know. For undergraduate, they recently changed it in my year of application. So just 3 people. So they choose 3 people to interview. Then those 3 people have to come physically to the Korean Cultural Center for the interview. Then after this interview, they choose one main candidate and second person for backup.
Just
so basically,
yeah.
just in case that this main candidate, maybe if the main candidate falsify any of their documents and they find out, they can disqualify the person. But from this stage, the main candidates can be happy that have already won the scholarship. You still have to be careful because there are still other stages to come. So the second stage is the NIIED. So NIIED stands for National Institute of I think Education, right?
Education and diversity. I'm just thinking.
I really don't know.
I don't know what that means. I'm just trying to form something.
Remember now.
Okay.
Yes. It's National NIED stands for National Institute of International Education. Yes.
Okay.
So basically they are in Korea and they are in charge of the scholarship. So after submitting the documents and getting picked for the interview, the documents goes to NIED and they screen the documents. Basically, they are not like trying to disqualify you or anything. They just check whether you falsified any documents. So they can call your high school and be like, was this person a student of your school? They can check your grades to make sure that it's consistent, like to make sure everything is well in your application. Then after that, they release a list on the website, studyinkorea.co.kr. And this list carries like everybody that have passed the second round of embassy track. So after that second round, the document that is submitted goes to the university that you applied for. So the way the scholarship works, for embassy track, you can apply for 3 universities. For university track, just 1 university. Yes. So for embassy track, those 3 universities that you apply for now, they will send your documents to those 3 universities. Then the university now have to choose you. So now in some cases, some universities still conduct another interview, but this time around it will be via Zoom. So they can conduct another interview just to make sure that they know the students that they are going to admit to their school. So it's not really like a big deal. It's just like a formality. So afterwards, the university that choose you will like notify and say, okay, you have been chosen for this. On my case,
you went through the embassy track.
Yes, I went through the embassy
you're the only student in Nigeria. Oh my goodness. That's interesting. Congrats. I really didn't know what track you came to. I was going to ask you, is it the university or is it the embassy? But wow, that's a lot.
I know a little bit things about the university track.
Okay, so I would appreciate that.
Yeah. So for the university track, you can apply to only 1 university. So like, if you ask me, I feel the embassy track is more safer because you have 3 universities and at least 1 will pick you. But for university track, it's like a very tight chance. So you have to make sure like you are a very strong candidate to apply through university track. And mostly embassy track is for mostly people that are going through like a art related field, like in my case, fashion design, entertainment design, all those type of fields. But for like the university track is for people that are going for like
the
coding and computer, the sciences exactly. So university track, you prepare a document and we bill it directly to Korea. So now you have to make sure
you send it through post.
Yeah, through post.
Oh, okay.
So like in this scholarship, everything is physical document. Like it's quite annoying because it discourages some people to apply. It's stressful because you have to like print out a lot of things and you have to go to different places to like you have to do a lot of processes to get those documents ready. Then after that, for university track, you send it directly to Korea. So it's quite a long place to send it to and it can actually cost some money. Then after sending it to your university that you choose, the university will choose some people to interview. But for university track, this good part is that the interview is just once and the interview is online. So you don't have to worry about traveling to anywhere. So do the interview online. Then afterwards, the university notify the people that they choose from the interview. Then those documents now will still go to that same NIED for them to screen it. Then after screening, they choose the people that are selected, and that's all for university track. So university track is very short. Unlike embassy track, that we have a lot of processes.
If I can compare this, it's like the Commonwealth Shared and Commonwealth Masters. Commonwealth Masters, you have to go through the Ministry of Education in Abuja, do interviews, and you can also select like 3 schools. But the Commonwealth Shared, you just submit to the school directly and they will pick you and screen your documents and that. So you don't even get to do any interview at all compared to the Masters where you do like, lots of stuff. But that's quite interesting. And you mentioned something about the CGPA being 80%. So how do you calculate that? Let's say, for example, you have a 4.5 out of 5. Do you just say 4.5 over 5 times 100?
Oh, okay. So like in the application form that I made mention of, that is in the studyinkorea.go.kr website, there is on the last page's side, there's a file that shows how to convert your CDP. That files have like over 5-point scale, 4.3 scale, 4.5 scale. Then it has the equivalent in the 100 scale. You can basically just look at it and it's like line by line. So you can just trace out your CDPA range and know the equivalence in the 100-point scale. So it's very easy and straightforward.
Oh, that makes sense. I think I'll be getting the link for, that particular document and put in the description section. Yeah. So thank you so much. So if someone is going to be applying for this, let's say now, what is like the first step? Do I just go to the website, search for the university I'm interested in, and what website exactly do I go to?
Okay, so the first step in this scholarship is, I would say, research. But if you want to do research by yourself, you can go to the same studyinkorea.go.kr website, then access the application forms from the previous year. So the way the scholarship works is that they release new application forms every year, but the differences are not that much. So you can use last year application form to prepare for the next year application. So you can download the application form and go through it. There's actually a guideline there too. There's forms and there's guidelines. So in the guideline, you can read through the guidelines and just have the overview of the scholarship. But I would say personally, the easiest way to start is through YouTube, because in YouTube there's a lot of people that made videos and all. So you can just watch their videos. People go as far as starting from the scratch of the scholarship, so you can watch their videos and understand how the scholarship is about. Then also I'll recommend that you join Facebook groups, because they normally create groups for every year. So in my case, I was in the 2024 GKS applicants group. There were 2 groups, I think. So people post questions there, and in the comment section you may have similar questions. So you can go through the comment section and know more about the scholarship. And you can also post your question by yourself so that people will answer you. So it's a very good way to learn about the scholarship faster. And also I will also advise that people do not take advice from almost everybody, because in this scholarship people have wrong concepts. In my case, I was already in a university in Nigeria. So I was studying mechanical engineering actually in a university in Nigeria. So I decided that I want to pursue my dreams and study fashion design. So I dropped out of that university to apply for this scholarship.
That was a bold step.
Thank you. So when I told some people, which is a mistake I made, I told some people on because there was this group chat. So I told them, I was I'm already in university. Can I still apply for the scholarship? And a lot of people discouraged me. They told me that since you're already in the university, they want you to just finish your university. And I was already to go into my 4th year, so almost finished.
Wow.
So they told me no, I should not apply, that they are going to disqualify me if they find out I'm in university. Some people told me that's not even mentioned I'm in university in my essays. So I was it was very dangerous. I don't want a situation whereby I'll be here in Korea and then they now find out that I was in the university before, and then they will have to send me back or something. So I was I'm just going to take my chance. And I read through the guidelines. I was there's no specific line that says that if you are already in a university, you cannot apply. They only said if you have graduated from a university, you cannot apply. So I was okay, let me just take my chance and apply. And I actually mentioned in my essays that I'm already in university. So I was I'm just giving everything all in. So if it works out, fine. If it does not, fine. And I'm so happy and glad that it worked out. So if you're already in university, you guys should still apply for this scholarship. They did not say you cannot apply. So
exactly. But you didn't cancel. You didn't withdraw your studentship when you were applying for this, did you?
Oh no, I did not. I just literally just left the university because I did not want to tell them that I'm going. I just left.
No, I mean, was that before you started applying or after you've gotten?
Oh, after I've gotten, actually.
Because that's the best thing to do.
Yes. I was even writing exams at some point and still juggling with the day I had the university interview, I was actually writing exams. So I had to wake up very early because of time difference. It was like 6 a.m. that I did the university interview. So it was all a big commitment. But I made sure that I did not like leave my studies. I did not like
That's
I did
good.
not put all my egg in that. I was very safe with it.
Yeah, that's good. You're doing really good, and congrats again. Yeah.
Thank you.
So what is like the normal, I know the dates won't happen to be like exactly the same time, but what is like the usual application timeline for the
Okay,
scholarship?
so there are there's undergraduate timeline and there's graduate. So for the undergraduate, it's normally from September to January. So like September is when the scholarship opens. Normally mid-September. So like let's say 15 to 20, like so it depends on the country actually. So every country has their dates of opening. So I think for Nigeria last year it was like 19th September also. So the scholarship opened then and there's like 2 weeks for you to send your document. So it's
After the
quite a
scholarship
long period.
opens.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
It's
The
short.
2 weeks gap. Yeah, it's really short. And that's because like I feel they already know, like they know that many people already know about the scholarship. So we're supposed to already start preparing way
Prepare
before then.
your documents.
So that as it just opens, you can just submit your documents to the Korean Cultural Center for Nigerian case. So after this,
That's for the embassy track,
for
also for the
embassy track,
university.
no, for embassy track. Then
Okay.
for university track, it depends on the university actually. So
Oh,
each
okay.
university posts on their website the dates that they open their application and the dates that it's closing. And I think for university track, the period is wider because you know you have to rebuild to Korea and they don't
Yeah.
want, yeah. So like I think they give more space between it. I'm not so sure of the exact gap, but they give more space between it. But for university track, it's just like 2 weeks.
2 weeks after it opens, that's the end.
Yes, that's the end. So
Wow.
like I think in my case it ended like in beginning of October. Like
October,
it was
yeah.
from 19th to like I think first or sixth. I'm not so sure. So it
Yeah.
was a little bit more than 2 weeks, but not 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But it was quite enough period for submitting the document actually. Then after that, after the application closed, like a week after, they notify the people that are choosing for the interview. So like everything is quite fast
It's
in this
fast, yeah, I
scholarship.
like that. You're not all tense, wondering, oh, did they pick me, pick me, pick me?
Actually,
It can be
it's really good.
frustrating sometimes, really.
Then after the interview, like they notify the people that are choosing, and when they notify for the interview, they notify you like 2 to 3 days before the interview. So there's no long period for you to start preparing for interview.
Mm.
So 2 to 3 days you notify, then you go for interview. Then after the interview, 2 days after the interview, they notify who is choosing. So like it's very fast
Fast.
process. But in Nigeria, as
The
our
England.
case, they did not notify me after 2 days. They took
Oh,
a whole week before they
wow.
notified me that I was chosen. And I was like, "Ah, why is everybody already getting their own from their own countries?" Because I was hearing in the group chat, notify, notify. But Nigeria did not say anything for like
Nothing.
some time. But it was okay. After 1 week, they later notified me that
Nothing.
I was chosen. Then after that, they sent a document to NIED. Then this is the one that takes long time and you have to be busy. I remember that time I could not even do anything. Like
Oh, God.
my hand was always on my phone, refreshing my
Yeah,
email.
I get that feeling, trust me.
They like to shock people. They don't need to tell people the exact date. So they'll
Mm-hmm.
just release it whenever. So I kept refreshing. And this time around, it took a long time. I think it was almost 3 weeks or so. So I was like, everything I've been fast before is now this one that is going to take so much time.
Don't worry, if
So I
it's your
guess
own, it's going to come.
actually, but like after everything, if they sent the email, and then after I got that email, now it was now left to the universities, the 3 universities that applied to reach out to me. So that was another long journey again for me to keep refreshing again. When will this university reach out to me and so? So like in the application guidelines, there's actually like a time frame that the university have to reach out to you.
Okay.
So if a university did not reach out to you within that time frame, you have to by yourself reach out to
Reach out to them. Okay.
to ask, because like in most cases when they don't reach out it means that the person did not get the scholarship from that university. So in my case it was like 2 days to the deadline of when university is supposed to reach out to me. Then one did not reach out to me at all. Then the second reached out to me and was like, assisting my portfolio, because I applied for fashion design and they needed to see my portfolio, like my previous works that I've done
Yes.
related to fashion design. So I sent it in. Then the third university also asked for portfolio. But like they asked it so late and I was like, is it not so late already? Like I just sent it to them. Then a day after, which was one day to the deadline, they emailed me that they want to interview me. And I was like, they did not write it before that they are going to do interviews. So it was very shocking to me. So like the main day of the deadline was when they interviewed me in the morning by 6 a.m. Nigerian time. Then I did the interview and like after that I had exams actually going on.
Yeah.
So the exam I think it was like 8 a.m. Then I went for my exams and I came back around 11 a.m. and I saw an email from the school. That day I'll never forget that. My heart was beating. I was like, hey, this one that they send it this
Oh
quick.
God.
So I was with my sister actually, and she was having the whole like what is going to happen, because like this is literally what makes the whole decision. Like I just need an admission at least. Then I opened the email and I saw congratulations. I actually cried that day. Like it was like a dream come true for me, because I've chased other scholarships in the past and none of them worked out. But like this time around, it was so smooth. Like it's all God planned for you.
Exactly.
It
Congrats.
worked out so well.
Yeah, wow. Thank you so
like-
much for the details. So like for the graduates, because you mentioned that just one person will be selected for the undergraduates and you were selected. So for the graduates, is it also the same thing? Do they have like the embassy track and the university track?
Yeah, so for clarity, actually, for the embassy track, it's just one person. But for university track, it's like, it's supposed to be one person last year, but they chose 5 people last year from Nigeria, university track. So in total, we're all 6 people.
6 from Nigeria. Both undergrad and graduate students?
No, only undergraduates. So undergraduates, 1 person embassy track, which was me. Then 5 people university track for undergraduates. Then for graduates have a different time frame actually compared to us. Us, we apply in September. For graduates, they apply in February.
So, like the next year or February of that year?
February of that year and the next year. So like February, September, every year.
Oh, and everyone is resuming by, is it February?
No, like for undergraduates, we apply September and then we resume February of the next year. Then that same February that we resume, graduate application opens and graduates, they resume September. Sometimes August actually.
So anybody watching this video can, take note of the time if you are planning to do like BSc, start preparing your turn. If you're trying to do masters or maybe PhD, well, maybe next year it's passed already.
Yeah,
but it's good to have like this information so you can maybe bookmark it somewhere and prepare your mind ahead. So like for the documents for undergraduates, what are like the documents you need?
Okay, so there are required documents and there are like extra documents you can add to make your documents, to make your application stronger. So for the required documents, you need your birth certificate. So the birth certificate stands for your proof of citizenship.
Yeah.
So for proof of citizenship, you need your birth certificate. Then for proof of family relation and family citizenship, because you have to prove that your parents are from a different country that is not Korea, because they don't want anyone that has a Korean citizenship to apply for the scholarship. So you also submit like, if you have your parents' NIN for Nigeria, it can work. If you have their international passports, it can work. In my case, I submitted my parents' international passports. So after that, you need your testimonial. So testimonial or graduation certificate. Yes, from secondary school. Basically just a certificate that states that you were a student of the school and it states the exact date when you graduated. And like this is another thing about the scholarship, like lots of rules. So this certificate has to state the date, like not the year. It has to have the
exact date.
Yes, at least month and day and year. But preferably the day, the month, and the year. So everything has to be stated in the document. In my case, I did not have a document that states it exactly. So I had to like
So I know I have that for my primary school. But I'm not sure. I don't think they gave me testimonial, except maybe I did not just.
I mean, it's Nigeria. Sometimes we have to go back to our schools and ask
Yeah.
for all
I
this.
don't
It's
think I
quite
have it really. But that's by the way. Go ahead, please.
okay. Then you also need a transcript. So this transcript has to state your high school grades. So like in Nigeria, we can say high school is SS1 to SS3.
Okay.
So you don't need your JSS1 to JSS3
Oh,
results.
okay.
So SS1 to SS3 results. So sometimes in Nigeria SS3 they don't really do like lots of work in SS3. So like in my secondary school that I attended in SS3 we did not do anything like at all. We only prepared for WAEC. So I just attached my WAEC results to my transcript to stand for the SS3 results. So you can do that too. So need SS1, 2, 3 results from your high school. And again, this transcript that you're submitting has to have your average, your CGPA written. So this normally used to be a problem for some applicants because in Nigeria, most schools do like position, first position, second position. They don't really do CGPA. Percentage.
Yeah.
Like my school did percentage, so it was easy for me, over 100.
Okay.
So it was very easy for me to apply. So some schools don't do at all. So you have to like ask them for transcript. And sometimes they may collect money. So it depends
They
on
most
the
likely
school.
will collect money. They most likely
So
will
like
collect money. But you have to
yes,
spend it if you know what you want to get, right?
it's actually a good investment for the scholarship. The benefits are so much. So it's a little okay.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So like literally the transcript now, let's say your school, it's just you like photocopying your report card, right?
Yes, kind of actually. But like it has to be one paper. So report card is different pages.
Yeah.
But transcripts they have to like compile everything in one
Oh,
paper. So I don't know. The viewers can actually check my TikTok.
okay.
I have a
I'm going
sample
to
of
get your
the
TikTok
transcript.
and check. So that means you still got the transcript from your school. You didn't
Yes, I still got.
compile it yourself.
Yeah, I did not. At first, when I was applying for other scholarships in the past, I did not even know what transcript means. So I went to photocopy my report card
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm assuming
submitted.
because for Christ's sake, it's secondary school. They don't really, and it's because even for graduate students, like when you're done with usually the transcript is like a compilation of the courses you did and your grade at the end of each semester. So it's usually like almost 10 pages if you're like, if your course is for 5 years. But you said this is just one page.
Yeah, just one page. In my case, it was 2 pages, but like the second page is not that much. It was just like, because like my transcripts in some schools though, like my school, they included the extracurricular activities that I did in school,
Okay.
part of my transcript. So like it had my name, my date of birth and everything, then my results. Then underneath they included the extracurriculars that I did in high school. Then they were like, this student is fit for admission to any college, stuff like that. So they could.
I'm going to check it out also because I believe that's very important. Thank you so much, Ono, and we've said a lot. So, what are like the selection criteria, and what do you think made them select you as the only person in the whole Nigeria, in the whole wide, no, not all wide, but in the whole wide country? Or how do they say it?
Okay, so the selection criteria, there's actually a lot of things that someone can do to like make sure that they are selected for the scholarship. So the first thing is that like any scholarship, you have to know the goal of the scholarship. And for this case, the goal of Global Korean Scholarship is to make sure that they choose someone that is going to be like an ambassador of their country in Korea. So like in my case, I have to be like showcasing and promoting Nigeria in Korea. So like I have to make sure to strengthen the relationship between Nigeria and Korea. So that is one of the important criteria. The second one is that you have to have like good extracurricular activities. So some people go to like high school, they don't do anything or anything. And to apply for this scholarship, it will be really hard to get it. So I would advise that if you are someone that did not do anything in high school, you can start gathering certificates like prior to the application time. So like you can do Coursera is a very good platform actually. So if you know the course you want to study, let's say you want to study computer programming now, you can go to Coursera and do courses that are related to it. So it will show them that you have passion to the course. So and you want to like you know what you're going to study. At least you have a brief overview of it. So that's very important. So also like in the arranging of the document. So the documents in this scholarship, there's a specific way to arrange your document. And if you do not arrange your document that way, they will literally just like carry it and throw it. They will not even look at it. Because a lot of people apply for this scholarship. So you
Yeah,
have to
don't
make sure to
stress
be very
them.
yeah. You have to be very meticulous. Like there's a lot of rules. You have to label your documents. You have to make sure it look really clean and neat.
Mm.
So also then the main important point now is that you have to make sure that you write your essays well.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Did you write essays?
So there's actually personal statement and there's study plan in this scholarship.
Okay.
And I feel like these are if you don't have good extracurriculars and you are rushing to like get certificates, you can rather focus on getting good essays. So this essay, personal statement and study plan. So you write personal statement based on your motivation. So in the application form, there's like 6 prompts given, and you can follow these prompts to like to write the essay, the personal statement. Then for study plan, you write on what you're going to do when you're studying the Korean language program, what you're going to do when you're studying your major, and what you're going to do after you finish the scholarship period. So from what this says, it's like the scholarship is focusing on strengthening the relationship between two countries, right? So you have to make sure that you mention this in these cases. So you'll be like, okay, like in my case, I'm studying fashion design.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, I can create outfits that showcase Nigeria and Korean cultures and promote it in both countries. I'll be like, I can relocate back to Korea when I'm done. Like I can stay in Nigeria for a while, then come back to Korea. So like this shows them that okay, I have an interest in Korea, and whatever I do afterwards, after getting the scholarship, I will still keep promoting Korea. So we have to make sure to mention it very strongly. And for some people, they have like Korea related activities, like the Korean Cultural Center Nigeria. They have a lot of opportunities. They have like cooking classes, dancing classes. There's taekwondo. So there are different things you can just like enroll yourself in just to show them that you are really interested in Korea. So in my case, I did not have opportunity to enroll in any of those. But what I did is that I learned the Hangul, the Korean alphabet sources I have. Then if they give me their many resources.
I think I should go and learn that too. I don't know. I might not come to Korea to study, but I think the Korean culture is something I kind of like, and I want to taste some of their food.
Hangul is actually very easy to learn. You can learn it like 3 to 4 hours. It's so simple and straightforward.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to probably check that out. So thank you very much. Okay. And I wanted to ask something. Yeah. So what is the interview like? Is it just you having to repeat what you've written in your personal statement and study plan?
Okay. So the interview, since in my case I applied for embassy track, it was physical. And there were 2 Nigerians and 2 Koreans that interviewed me. So it was like a big panel table, and 4 of them were like in the other side, and only me was one side. It was so I was very nervous, to be honest. So in the interview, they have my documents with them. So the document they have is the personal statement and study plan and transcript. In fact, everything you submitted, they have it in front of them. So they are literally flipping through the pages and looking for what to ask them. So in my case, they asked me to, like any normal interview, they say, introduce yourself. So I feel like this question, you can use it to set the tone of your whole interview. So what I did is that I made sure I did not mention everything. So that they will not ask me questions based on that interview. Introduce yourself, like trying to control what they are going to ask you. Because if you now go and pour everything in your introduction, they will not even know what to ask you again. They can just be looking at you, and you may feel weird that you're not going to get it or something. So in my case, I introduced myself in Korean. So I had to cram it.
Oh, and they would have been impressed, at least you made an attempt, and I'm sure they probably gave you 100 when they were rating you at home. So that's good.
Yeah, so after they introduce yourself, they also ask some questions based on the documents they had with them. So like there are some sample questions that are already online that they normally used to ask. Questions like, why do you choose your major? Why do you choose Korea? What are you going to do to strengthen the relationship between Nigeria and Korea? how are you going to adapt to cultural differences, how are you going to make friends in Korea, like how are you going to study, so all those type of basic questions. But sometimes they can ask questions that will like take you off your seat. Like in my case, I prepared all those basic questions. So when they were asking those ones, I was like, I just said it. Then they asked me, they went through my transcript and they saw that like in chemistry, my results dropped. And they asked me, why did your result drop in chemistry? At that point, I didn't even know what to say because I was like, this type of question is this one? I had to just think. Then I remember that our chemistry teacher was actually absent at the time. So like half of the term he was absent. So when he came, it was quite fast for us to learn. So I just had to tell them that. And I was like, we didn't even buy this. Like we didn't buy this. I was just honest with them because what can I do? Then when they asked me about the strengthening the relationship between Korea and Nigeria, I had a picture with me. So I made a Korean traditional outfit, a hanbok. So I took a picture of it. Actually, a day before the interview.
Wow.
Then I took the picture with me to the interview. Then I showed them the picture of the hanbok, and they were so impressed, like that I could create something about their culture.
Very creative. I don't even know if I would have thought about that, but that's why you're a fashion designer.
So when I showed them the picture, they were like, I thought that they would be like, wow, this hanbok is beautiful, or something like that. They just looked at it and they were like, when did you take this picture? I was like, I just told them yesterday, and they all started laughing. Like, I thought that maybe they would be like, I'm too desperate or something. So afterwards, it turned out that maybe they really loved the idea that I made the hanbok. So yeah. That's like basically the questions.
Yeah, I'm sure that there could also be like more information on maybe the interview specifically and the application process that people can, check online. And also, thank you so much. And do you have to do anything to renew the scholarship every year? Or when you get it, that's it?
Oh, actually, when you get it, that's it. So it's
they won't check your results, or maybe if you're fulfilling your ambassador role. That kind of thing.
So the way it works, right? We have like, as we came to Korea, they gave us a book, and that book has like the rules of the scholarship.
Okay.
So I think the main thing that can make someone lose the scholarship is number one, if the person did not get a topic 3. So topic is the Korean proficiency exam. So if the person does not get a topic 3 after a year of studying, the person has to go back to their home country. So you have to like study hard.
We learn this language together.
Some people even get topic 5, topic 6. So like I feel just really hard studies. Some people, they may come to Korea and be like the whole K-drama situation. They want to explore and everything. They have like the wrong conception about Korea. But like Korea is any other country. So some people come with it with the fantasy and everything. And when they come here, they lose focus and they don't study. So I think it's people like that can get sent back to their country. So I really advise everyone to like kill that K-drama, K-drama knowledge that we all have of how the oppas are so handsome. That is not the case here, trust me. That is not the case. Nobody is like that. So everyone is just normal here. So yes. Also, you have to get like a 80% upwards in each of your classes.
Okay.
So even after getting the topic 3, in the main course of study, you have to make sure that you are getting high scores and high CDPA, so 80% upward. Also, there are other rules that, like per university, like in my university now, we cannot film during class. So if I break that rule, I could get sent back. So,
really?
Like,
so your content creation now, you can't, talk about what you're doing in class?
Yeah, sadly, I had to video the empty classroom and add it to one of my vlogs, because if I video in class, that's a big problem. So like there are different other rules actually, but that's the main rules. Oh, I forgot to mention, during the language year, you can't go back to your home country. It's quite a big thing for some people actually.
If you two, what brought you? Why are you rushing?
You get
why are you rushing?
Because some people like in the 1 year they already want to go back to their country, and I'm like, you have time.
It's such a
so after that 1 year, you can actually go back to your country anytime you want to during the break actually. So, but the only thing is that to go back to your home country during the other time of the year, after the 1 year, the airfare is covered by the person. So they don't cover the airfare. They have to like save up to cover the airfare.
Thank you so much for
That's
that
just
information. Yeah, it's quite detailed. Is it easy to get the visa?
actually yes. It was really shocking to me on how easy it is, to be honest. I feel like after getting because we get a letter from the Korean government, like inviting us to Korea. So that letter is very, very good for the visa application. So like in Nigeria, we submitted data, and we also submitted our certificate of admission, and there's something called business registration certificate from the school. We also submitted it, and our international passport. And after I submitted all these documents, the next day I got called that my visa is ready. So it's
Wow.
so fast.
Did you submit the documents in person or you submitted some things online?
Oh, actually in person, because
Okay.
for visa process, just like any other visa, you have to do like some medical tests. Yes, so we had to do tuberculosis test and X-ray. So there's like a specific hospital you have to go to.
Wow.
So you have to physically go to that hospital, and the hospital is quite near to the embassy, so it's really easy. So after going to the hospital, I got my results, then I submitted it together with the documents, and the next day I got called and I got my visa back. So the visa, my international passport, everything given back to me.
To clarify again, the scholarship covers the visa, right?
Yes, they cover the visa.
And
So
even
no
the tuberculosis test.
Oh no.
Okay.
So for the tuberculosis test and X-ray, you have to pay from your money. And the fee you use to like travel to Abuja to do this, you can also do it in Lagos actually. So wherever you're traveling to, if you're not living there, the fee that you use to travel is on you. So that fee and the fee of the tuberculosis test and medical test is actually on the person.
You've no reimbursement.
No reimbursement.
They've tried safe.
Yes. Also, I think I have to mention something.
Okay.
Is that after getting this scholarship, you still need some money to come to Korea with, because when you arrive, it's not immediately that they start paying
your stipend. Yeah.
Yes. So it's like in Nigeria, we need NIN, right, to open bank account. Then in Korea, they need something called ARC, Alien Registration Card. So it's something for foreigners to use and open a bank account. And before they can issue that to you, it's like 2 to 3 months gap.
Wow.
So basically, you need enough money to stay for
to sustain
that long.
you. Yeah.
But like in my case, I don't know, but God just provided.
Like the currency, the Korean won and the Nigerian naira are kind of equivalent.
Yes,
so when you're like it's equivalent, like 1 million in Nigeria could be 1 million won, right?
Yes,
something like that.
1 million in Nigeria, so it's actually like 1.3 million won. So like Nigeria, at the time I came actually, Nigerian money had more value than Korean. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. So do they also give you like accommodation for free, or you pay from your stipend?
Okay, so depends on university. So in my university, we pay for the accommodation, but there are some university that accommodation is free. That's like the dormitory. So compared to other universities in Seoul, because like I'm in Seoul, the capital of South
that's
Korea.
good.
So like compared to other universities, my university dormitory fee is actually way more cheaper. But like since we get monthly allowance, out of that monthly allowance, we can pay for the dormitory fee. And it's not actually like a big deal. It's not a big money. But some people that choose high universities, like Seoul National University, for example, their dormitory fee is quite hefty. So pay from it, from the allowance given to you, I don't think someone can easily survive on the remaining money that will be there. So it's best to like consider this when choosing university.
Choosing your university.
So choose a good university.
So what is the name of your university again for anybody watching this?
Komin University.
Komin.
Yes, Komin.
Okay.
So, and also my university, after studying Korean language for a year, like after getting admission to like the main school, we don't pay dormitory fee again. So the dormitory is free.
Wow, it's free.
So we just have to sustain for 1 year. We're good.
Yeah, that's good. So do they consider you automatically for the dormitory or accommodation when you get the scholarship, or you have to put in a separate application for that?
Okay, so actually it still depends on the university. So like in the university I chose, they give priority to GKS scholars. So they make sure that we have the dormitory application first before anybody else. So yes, in some other universities, they may not do so, but like the Korean government actually like tell them to give priority to. Yes. So in most cases it's fine. And some people choose to stay off campus actually. So like if you have a topic 3 upward already and you still want to study Korean language, you can stay off campus. Like in my case, we're like 7 scholars that got admitted to my university. Like 2 of them already have a topic 3 upward. So they are not
That's
staying in
fast too.
campus. Yeah. They actually had it before they came to Korea.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So like if you have a topic 3 already when you apply for the scholarship, you cannot start your degree still.
Oh,
So in this case now you need a topic 5 or 6 to start your
to
degree
start.
already. Yes. But if you don't have that, you can still study to get that topic 5 or 6. So now in their cases they have topic 3. So they are free to stay off campus, but at the same time they cannot start their major. They still have to study to get a 5 or 6 before they can start their major. So in their case it's different from us.
That's good. But then the courses you'll be doing, everything will be in English, right? Or it will be a mix?
Korean, like pure Korean.
Really? Oh my goodness. I thought it's going to be English. So that's why you have to take the language course. Wow. I thought, oh God. That's a lot, but I'm sure that is just tricks.
People actually choose some easy universities, like not really easy, but there are some universities that some majors like business administration and something like related to English studies. If someone chooses a course like that, they can have their course taught in English. But in my case, it's fashion design, so nobody is going to start speaking English. Pure Korean, like I don't even have one class in English. Everything is going to be Korean. So
wow. I'm sure you'll be fine. God that brought you is definitely going to sustain you to the end. Yeah, so let's say on average for someone that would be coming to Korea for like the first 2-3 months, how much do you think they should have in pockets that would help them?
Okay, so in my case, I actually was targeting $1,000, but like at the end, I came with $800, and it has been good for me so far. So $800, if you convert it to like Korean won, I think it's like 900 and something thousand Korean won. So it's quite good. And in Korea, there's like lots of cheap food in the convenience store. So like for this first period, you can focus on not like being so eating all the Korean chicken and everything.
You have to live within your means.
Exactly.
You have to really.
So that's what I did.
Okay. I saw you post some, food from your cafeteria on TikTok. So do you get that for free or you have to pay too?
Oh, we had to pay for it actually. But like it's cheaper from the cafeteria than like everywhere else, because like in cafeteria you can get food for like 5,000 won. But if you go out to eat, you can see it for like 9,000, 10,000. That is quite expensive. Yeah. So it's much cheaper.
Thank you so much. And I don't want to drag this too long. What has the social and because I was going to ask that what are the benefits you've enjoyed so far, but everyone watching this video would have heard all of that. Really, you said a lot. So the social life, the community life. I saw you posted that you found a church. So good or not?
So in Korea, actually, the social life is really, really good. Like it's really blooming because like everyone has somewhere to go. And I think it depends on someone's like hobbies. So in my case, hobbies and what you like to do and where you like to go. In my case, I love going to church and I'm also into modeling. So basically I had to find people that are within those two phrases.
Yeah.
So most times I go to church, I found friends from church. So and also modeling, I've met some models here in Korea and I've been able to relate with them. So it has been great. So if you come to Korea and let's say a person like clubbing, for example, there's like a place in Korea that is good for clubbing, Hongdae. So the person can go there to club, meet friends. So basically, I think every passion that someone has, there's always people there. Yeah. So the community life is really good. And like my university, me promoting my university, like they have different clubs. So there's basketball club, there is singing club, there is Christian community club. So like there's a lot
Christian
of clubs
community club.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so at the Christian community club, there's ones for Koreans, there's ones for foreigners. So in case your language you can join the ones for foreigners at
Yeah.
first, then join the ones for
For
Koreans.
Korea,
So
that's good.
there's a lot of opportunities to meet people here in Korea. A lot. You just have to be confident and not be
Yeah.
afraid, because you can miss out on a lot of opportunities by being scared. So you have to just go for it.
Another thing is, since you mentioned that there's a Facebook group, and by the time you know the people that have been selected, it could be helpful when you get to
Yeah.
maybe people might not be in the same city, but sometimes it's still good to know that you have like a fellow Nigerian, around and all of that. So that's good. So what is like your final advice, to people applying? What should they take note of, with the application and maybe when they get to Korea?
Okay, so the main thing is to be focused actually. So like this scholarship, it can really like put people like out of their place, out of their convenience. Like it throws you out of your comfort zone. So you have to make sure that you just trust the process and you give it your all. Because if you feel like, should I include this? Should I not include this? I feel you should just put everything that you have out there. So like you don't know what
Sell yourself.
Exactly. You have to sell yourself really well. I submitted certificates that were not even related at some point. I put everything that I had. I don't know what will interest them. So just submit everything that you have for the extracurricular. And also take advice from people that are already in Korea, not people that are not in Korea.
People that are still managing somewhere.
Exactly, because in the groups, as much as the groups are helpful, some people are just being haters and they will just like want to discourage you because they know that the people in the group are also applying for the scholarship. So they feel like they have to discourage some people from applying. So they may talk
have
down
a better
on you.
chance. So that's really a bad thing.
Yes. And it took me a while to notice it, to be honest. And when I noticed, I was like, no, this is really terrible. I wonder why some people have to bring people down.
Yeah, to go up. There's like, the sky is wide enough for you to fly.
Exactly. And the main thing is, if it is not God planned for you to come to Korea, you are not going to come to Korea.
Exactly.
So like, you just have to make sure to just pray and make sure that you trust the whole process and trust God. And it will all work out. Also, watch a lot of YouTube videos because that's what really helped me. At some point, like I messaged some scholars and I asked them that to give me some like advice on writing personal statements on this and that. But like some answered, some did not answer. Because like I noticed that at some point I was not messaging directly. Like I was not straight to the point. I was just sitting around the bush. But when I started messaging straight to the point, people started responding to me.
Yeah.
So if you can't have that personal feedback, I think it will be a problem. So it will be good to learn how to message people. So like message them and like you don't have to message everybody the same thing. You can message this person and ask for personal statements, guidance. You can message another person how to arrange my documents. So like just make sure that you spread it out well. And also find people that are already in your major. So like in my case, I found one lady that was already in fashion design and she really helped me a lot in preparing my portfolio and everything. So also in watching YouTube videos, you have to watch specific YouTube videos. So you don't go around watching videos for all scholarship. Watch videos about GKS only. Then if you want to watch about other scholarships, you can watch how to write essay in general so that you can just see how to write essay, because writing essay is not very easy. You have to find a way to make it very focused. So yes, YouTube videos really help. I think I can send you some YouTube videos.
Yeah, I can put them in the description box.
Yes, so that you can. They really help me. I think I have like 5 top YouTubers that really helped my application, so I should send them.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honor. We got Honor. Yeah, it's been a really good time. I'm sure it's a long watch, but it's very informative for anyone, trying to go through this process and apply this route. And I'm sure they'll find not one or two, but a lot of things to take home with them. So thank you so much. You guys should drop your, gratitude, your appreciation in the comment section. If you have questions, drop them in the comment section. And don't forget to follow Honor Napoleon on our TikTok channel. And I'm sure she has content relating to this scholarship too. So if there are some things that you have questions about that you're not finding in this video, try to check her page. You might just find the answer you're looking for there. And also explore the links, the YouTube channels I'll be putting in the description box to also help your application and start preparing. It's not too late to start preparing and be willing to do your research. Like she said, they didn't respond to her when she was not asking specific questions. And to ask specific questions, you have to put in the work to make your research and be able to ask like good questions in the right format and with the right details. So I wish you guys success with your application, and thank you, Honor, once again for honoring our invitation.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so till we meet, do stay comforted. Bye.
Bye, everyone.